Now that we've counted the letters in our book, let's count the words. And this is perhaps going to be more interesting. What are going to be the most common words in our book? So let's not call count letters anymore. Let's create a new method. Let's say count words. And for now, we're going to just bring in the book file or the book text directly like this. I'm going to show you in the next video a more standard way of doing something like this. You see we're duplicating code between our methods. So that should be a sign to us that we can consolidate that. And I'll show you how to do that in the next video. For now, let's count the words. So we'll do something similar to letter counts, but we'll create a dictionary again, and we'll call it word counts. And we'll assign it a blank dictionary, empty dictionary, better way of saying that. Now let's say for word in text dot, not text dot, in raw book text dot. So we're calling a method of a string class of our raw text dot split. And what this is going to do is split all the words apart by spaces. So any spaces that are in between our words will get removed, and what will be generated is a list of all of the words that are split by those spaces. So space is the default parameter of our split method. So we're going to get a list back here, and we're going to get a list of words. So let's say word equals word dot lower. We will also get characters, meaning if there's something in the text that's like a number that's surrounded by spaces, that will also come in here. But we're okay with that for these purposes. And we're going to convert to lowercase again so that we can analyze everything equally. We don't want to count words at the beginning of a sentence that are capitalized differently than we do that word somewhere else in the text. So we're going to get them all in the same standard. And we're just doing this in the other order from what we did with characters. Now we're going to check if word dot is alpha, and then same thing as we did with letter and letter counts. We're going to copy this, but for words, because we now have words. If word in word counts, word counts, word, that will become the key, or that will be the key. If the word exists, we'll increment the count, the value. Else, word counts, let's create a key for the word and assign it a value of 1. Let's try that here. And then say for word count, again, this is similar to our letter, in word counts.items, unpacking that dictionary, let's say if the count is greater than 100, print it. Word and then count. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's call our count words and see what happens. We do have some words that have more than 100 occurrences. He, we, were, within, his, but, I, to, it, that, on, and, was, the, had, of. That's definitely one I would expect to be there. An invitation for you. You could sort these instead of alphabetically, as I invited you to consider doing with our letter counts. You could sort these by the value of the count. So what word occurs the most, you could put that on the top and have the word that occurs the least on the bottom. That would be a good exercise if you'd like to do that. We could check, are there any, let's expand this to 50. So any word that's occurred more than 50 times. And we did get a decent amount more. This is not a very long book. As I said, if it were a longer book, we'd have certainly more here. Interesting, Radak. I wonder if that's a name. It's probably a name in this book. Blaine, another name, I'm sure. So we can see this is some fun analysis we could do on book texts. Count the words, see which words are most common, count the letters. We could do all sorts of analysis taking this text from a book and looking it over. So that's it for now with the word counts. This functions mostly the same as our letter counts, except instead of looking at characters and letters, we're looking at words. We're just splitting those out differently. We're splitting things by spaces to find words, whereas in the string, in count letters, we're splitting things. We're not splitting things. We're just looking at every character. And if the character is a letter, then we're processing it. So very interesting stuff. I hope that was enjoyable for you, and we'll see you in the next video.